It's time for my weekly rant. I got two rants. One. Let's start off on Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka don't like black people. Mike Ditka says kneeling athletes should get the hell out of the country. Normal racist rhetoric. The thing about these racists, it's 2020 and they still haven't come up with new things to say. If you don't like it, you should leave this country. If you don't like the way we are oppressing you, leave this country, says Mike Ditka. If you don't like the way you're being oppressed, because you're supposed to like the way you're being oppressed. So if you don't like the way you're being oppressed, leave this country. Mike Ditka, shut your dumb ass up. I have no respect for you, Mike. First of all, I don't have to have respect for you, Mike Ditka. You ain't do shit but run up and down the field with a ball in your hand. You coach football. You haven't done anything to make America a better place. You haven't done anything to help the league advance. Well, it wasn't you. It's the scheme that your coach put in. You haven't done anything to help the league advance itself either. Now, how they used you as a tight end was revolutionary. Was outside the box, but more so on your coaching than you. But Mike Ditka, you one of the voices we like. You just stop talking. Just shut up. Stop talking. Cause you sound stupid, son. You sound stupid. And of course you would try to say you're not racist. And the sellout blacks who kiss your ass to try to say you're not racist. But Mike Ditka, I'm here to tell you, you're one racist fuck. And you need to shut the fuck up. You. Just shut up. So, Pro Football Hall of Fame coach Mike Ditka didn't mince words when he was asked about athletes who kneel during the national anthem. If it was up to me, I'd say no, Ditka responded when asked about kneeling. If you can't respect our national anthem, get the hell out of the country. That's the way I feel. Of course, I'm old-fashioned, so I'm only going to say what I feel. Mike Ditka, you are repeating racist talking points that have been proven untrue 4 years ago. 4 years ago. How are people who have not spent time in the military keep saying that the flag in the military is disrespected when you have people who are in the military who are telling you they don't feel disrespected? So, okay, that's how we do it. In America, we be offended for other people, even though these people are not offended. Because, hey, these people aren't smart enough to understand that they should be offended by what I believe they should be offended by. Says Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka, shut your dumb ass up. I don't have respect for Mike Ditka like that. Like some of you other sports people may have. Mike Ditka ain't did shit for this country and shit for my community. Alright? Nothing. And the things that he's saying now lets you know Mike Ditka has been this way his whole life. Suspected white supremacist his whole life. I'm old-fashioned, mean I'm racist, mean I am rooted in the things that made America what it is, which is racism. Ditka is the chairman of the X League, which is a women's tackle football league that, according to its website, is set to make its debut in April of 2021. I want to see that. The X League, they have the women's. And also make sure y'all check out the WFLA. I got to work on getting this interview rescheduled with the president of the WFLA, the Women's Football League. But I just thought about that. Lupe Rose is the president of the CEO rather of the Women's Football League Association. So I got to work on getting that interview scheduled back up. So the X League did not immediately respond to a request for comment from CNN. Once known as the Lingerie Football League, it was branded as the Legends Football League in 2013. Man, stop that lingerie stuff. Get them women real pads, full pads, and let's go. In 2019, the Legends Football League announced that it would be shutting down. The league was rebranded once again as the Extreme Football League, or the X League. And the 2020 season has been postponed until 2021. Ditka has spoken out against kneeling before and he apologized in 2017 for his controversial comments on the matter after he said there's been no oppression in the last 100 years that I know of. Of course, because you in your little white bubble. Because black people haven't been oppressed in the past 100 years. Nothing has happened. Nothing racist has happened in America in the past 100 years. Black people have just been la-di-da-di-da, skipping down the road, having a good time because white people are so accommodating. Mike Ditka, suck a dick, Mike Ditka. How about that? You suck a dick, you old fuck. Mike Ditka should be kicked off of all them platforms for talking this dumb shit. All you old black people, all you black athletes who have respect for people like this, just something wrong with y'all. Something's wrong with y'all to have respect for people like this. Mike Ditka hasn't done a damn thing to earn respect. Who gives a fuck about this old bitch running up and down the field with a football in his hand? Fuck Mike Ditka and fuck everything about Mike Ditka. How about that? Mike Ditka, you're so insignificant to the world. You're so insignificant to the world of sports right now. Fuck you. The subject has returned to the spotlight again with professional sports reassuming play as social unrest continues across the country following the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and a host of other black people that y'all refuse to name. Those aren't the only one. So Mike Ditka, black people are being killed with impunity by regular white folk like you and police officers, and nothing has happened. George Zimmerman is still around, right? I think there's a way you protest and there's a way you don't protest. Who asked you? So I'll tell you what. From now on, we're going to protest the same way they did in the Boston Tea Party, Mike Ditka. That's how we're going to do it. Since that seems to be a white-approved protest, we're going to protest the same way they did in the Boston Tea Party. Oh, that still leads to civil unrest. Oh, that's right, because my protest has to make you feel comfortable. Says somebody who's never stood up for anything in his life. Mike Ditka, you's a bitch. There's a way you talk and the way you shut the fuck up. And right now, you haven't learned how to shut the fuck up, Mike Ditka. You don't protest against the flag. You don't protest against this country who has given you the opportunity to make a living playing the sport. You never thought what happened, so you don't want to hear all that crap. You want to try it. You don't. It's okay. It's whatever. Mike Ditka. America, do you understand how America came about? Of course you don't. Well, no, you do. But it benefits you. America hasn't given black people the opportunity to do anything. Black people have given America all the opportunity. The NFL is 70 to 80% black. Black labor, white wealth. Black labor, white wealth. The NFL is built off of the labor of black folk. We're not talking about the NFL just y'all act like the NFL just go around picking up people off the street. The NFL, these teams are drafting the best talent. Why? So we can continue. Let these teams go draft trash talent, trash talent, and see how long they stay around. See how long the league stay around with trash. Mike Ditka, your logic. Mike Ditka, you got to be on drugs. Mike Ditka has to be on drugs or has a brain that's riddled with syphilis or something. Or Mike Ditka is just talking the way racist white people talk. Because that's what they do. Mike Ditka has basically proven that racism is what he subscribes to. I think Mike Ditka is basically letting us know that he's past being a suspected white supremacist and being a stout supporter of white supremacy. Because as black people, we're supposed to shut up and take this oppression and be happy with it. And be happy that we even get the opportunity to be oppressed in a country like America, according to Mike Ditka. Well, Mike Ditka, I'm giving you a big fuck you, a big suck dick, and hey, if you go to sleep tomorrow and don't wake up, the world will be a better place. How about that? Mike Ditka, if you go to sleep tomorrow and you don't wake up, the world will be a better place. And that's all I got to say about that. Fuck you, Mike Ditka, and everything that you stand on, and everything about you, everything that you produced. Fuck you. So, the second part of our rant is an ex-college football player shot in a liquor store fight. So, and there's a video. This is the video of it. You can hear it. So, guy, he barely, hold on, he barely bumped into the dude. This is the video. He barely bumped into the dude in the store. The guy turns around and get mad because he a bitch. Turn around and get mad. I guess they arguing. Oh, he stole off on dude. Oh, the dude stole off on the NFL dude and tried to run. On the ex-college football player, tried to run. Got his ass whooped and then pulled out a gun. One of the biggest bitches ever in history. No, I'm finna run this back. So, dude barely bumped into, barely brazed him, and Buddy got mad. He's a bitch anyway, because he punched the dude and ran. He punched him and ran. So, dude barely bumped him in the store. He barely bumped, he pushed him. He got mad and pushed him. And then he punched dude and then ran. He punched him and then ran. So you know he bitch made. They go outside, he get tackled to the ground, he getting his ass whooped. He gets up, pulls out a gun, and shoot Buddy in the stomach. Hey, I wish I knew this dude's name. Arrest him. If you know him, forget all that stop snitching stuff. If you know Buddy, arrest him. Arrest him. Arrest his ass. The NYPD said it's apprehended the shooting suspect late Wednesday. Good. He needs his ass whooped his ass. Great investigative work done by the 105th Precinct Detective Squad, Queens South Homicide Sergeant Castle, Detective Kovati, and the rest of the team Castle from Regional Fugitive Task Force for apprehending Jeffrey Thurston. Fuck Jeffrey Thurston. And you know he a bitch. His last name Thurston. So Thurston, in less than 48 hours, was arrested. A former Buffalo State player is fighting for his life after being shot during an altercation at a liquor store on Monday, and cops have released the shocking footage in hopes of catching the suspect. And they got Jeffrey Thurston. Bitch boy Jeffrey Thurston, you need your ass whooped. You need to be fucking castrated. You shouldn't even be allowed to reproduce. Jeffrey Thurston, you are the epitome of what bitch made means. So the dude barely bumped into you. You get mad, you push him, you snuff him, you steal off on the man, and then run. He ran. He steal off on the man and then ran. Dude, catch up with you, because he should. He's an athlete. Catch up with you, doom your ass on the ground, beat your ass, and when y'all get up off the ground, you pull out a gun and shoot him. If that ain't bitch made, I don't know what is. Jeffrey Thurston, your mother should have swallowed. Your daddy should have shot it off on the floor, or your mama should have swallowed. You should have been flushed down the toilet, because you a waste of an orgasm, Jeffrey Thurston. You a waste of all the energy and the time that anybody put into making sure that you are any type of decent human being. You just ruined all of that. I hope your ass don't see the light of day again. As a black man, in the middle of all this stuff that's going on, you decide that your ego is more important than life. Your ego, your reputation is more important than life. So how you are seen in the streets and how you feel like you are seen in the streets is more important than actual life. Because a guy barely bumped into you. The guy barely bumps into you. And that leads to you stealing on the man. You stole off on him. You ran like a bitch after you stole off on him. You ran. And then you get your ass whooped. You get caught, get your ass whooped. Then you pull out a gun and shoot the man in the stomach after you get your ass whooped. If that ain't bitch made, I don't know what is. Jeffrey Thurston, you's a bitch. Everything about you is a whole hoe at you. What do you... Where you think you get respect for doing shit like that? What neighborhood or what set or what anything you go into where you get respect for doing stuff like that? That's what I want to know. Jeffrey Thurston. Like, what hood you from? What set you from? Well, that's cool. So, but it says Thurston has been caught. He has been apprehended. The what's the name of the Buffalo? I'm trying to find the name of the. They're not saying his name. Oh, Malachi Capers. Okay, Malachi Capers is fighting for his life. 20 years old, fighting for his life because Jeffrey Thurston, bitch ass Jeffrey Thurston, pussy boy Jeffrey Thurston, couldn't get over the fact that somebody accidentally bumped into him in the liquor store. I'm gonna throw my life away because I'm upset. I'm royally upset that somebody accidentally bumped into me in the liquor store. So with that being said, I'm gonna throw my life away and make sure that I get through under the jail for attempted murder of another black man because you accidentally bumped into me at the liquor store. Jeffrey Thurston, I hope you get everything that's coming towards you. You deserve to get everything that's coming towards you. And the black community need to think twice about how we look at you and treat you moving forward. Not just you, but a whole lot of other black people need to be. We need to reevaluate a lot of black people because a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it. A lot of y'all don't need to continue with the way we getting down. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's appalling, man. But I mean, I understand America is built on violence, so violence begets violence. Violence is out there. Violence is gonna be the norm of the day in America. America will always be a violent place until we start this bitch over and get a new foundation. But god damn, Jeffrey, it's your own people. Your own people, because we don't have love for ourselves. We don't have a collective self-esteem. We don't have a collective self-esteem. That's how we can see another black person and be like, I'm finna kill this motherfucker. Because a lack of a collective self-esteem and trauma and all this other stuff that has happened to us at the hands of white supremacy, which is the root of all of our issues. It's sad. This is a sad story to report, but Jeffrey, you got to get the business because you was a bitch. You need your ass whooped and all that other stuff there. And I hope you get everything you get. But at the same time, I feel bad at saying I hope you get everything you get because I know you're going to get the time that you deserve, all while George Zimmerman and all the other white people and then the killers of Breonna Taylor are still free. We need the killers of Breonna Taylor to be arrested. We need the killers of Breonna Taylor to be arrested. We need the killers of Breonna Taylor to be arrested. We need the killers of Breonna Taylor to be arrested. We need the killers of Sandra Bland to be arrested. We need the killers of Corinne Goins to be arrested. We need George Zimmerman, whatever his name is. We need him to be arrested. All the white people who've killed black people, who've gotten away with it, they need to be arrested. Y'all let that old bitch ass white lady who was responsible for Emmett Till's death, y'all let that old dust ass cracker live her fuck ass life out. We allowed, black Americans allowed that dust ass cracker ass lady to live her life out. The same way we are allowing George Zimmerman to live his life out. We ought to be fucking ashamed of ourselves. There's nothing gangster about black people in America until we start standing up for ourselves against our true oppressors. And with that being said, this is another episode in the books of the Fixed Sports Podcast. Make sure y'all visit the website, www.freedomtrainradio.com. Click on that drop down box where it says Freedom Train Radio and click on that Fixed Sports Podcast. Support me on Patreon at patreon.com/thefix. Support your homeboy. Now remember, we're on all your favorite podcast outlets every Monday. Check your favorite podcast outlet. We out here. We doing our thing, man. And it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's make sure us as the black community, make sure we are taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, all these things. So with that being said, man, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support. 2 fingers in the air.